Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you what's the best route to do in Portugal, what's the route that most tourists end up doing. It's not easy because there are many cities and each one does it in a different way, each one likes a different place, but we ended up gathering the ideas and opinions of everyone we know to try to make a guide for you to better orient yourself and define your route. So it's going to be quick tips, useful and with no fuss. So don't forget to enjoy the video, give us a like if you like the video, subscribe to our channel and buckle up. Well guys, this is not an easy video to make because there's no perfect script, everyone has their perfect itinerary and each person likes it one way, and Portugal has many different cities. To make it very clear and to be very honest, this is not the best tour in our opinion because we like the beach a lot. So for us, the best tour we've ever done in Portugal was the Lisbon and Algarve beaches tour, which we found sensational, we love it, and there's another video about it. If you want to see this tour, if you like more the beach, don't want to see so many historical cities up there, watch this video. Now, if you're going for the first time and want to know the essence of Portugal, this is a nice tour that most people do, and it has the main cities for you to know and come back saying that you saw all the main things about what you have to see in Portugal. It's going to be good for you if you're not focusing on the beaches. Well, the number of days, we analyzed most of the travelers' itinerary and we gave kinda 10 days, some people stay 8, some 15, some 20, but we'll do it in 10, telling the number of days in each city, you adapt to it. If you want to stay more, include another destination or stay more days in the city, each one builds his or her personalized itinerary in his or her own way. Everyone has their way to do things. In this roadmap, it will be Lisbon, Sintra, Fatima and Batalha, Óbidos, city of Porto, and Braga and Guimarães. So this is the overview for you to know which cities we're gonna pull up. Starting with Lisbon. Why? Because most of the flights, the cheapest ones, the straight ones, are usually to Lisbon, so it's much easier to start your trip there. So we put 4 days to Lisbon. We ended up staying 6 days in Lisbon the first time we went there, and we thought it was very good because we were able to see everything. The idea would have been 5 or 6 days, but to get to know the other cities in 4 days, if you do everything right, you can get to know the whole city. And then you have two options. A tip we give you before is don't rent a car when you are in Lisbon. To get around Lisbon, you can walk very well. If you are well located, you can do everything. We have the video on where to stay in Lisbon and what to do in Lisbon. Check it out, it's really cool, you can see everything. So we think there's no need for a car there, but then when you're going to make all the trips, whether you go down to Algarve or this tour we're going to do up there, you need the car. So you can rent the car on the last day of your stay in Lisbon. You save a little bit of money and you don't have to worry about parking, about the traffic. It's not much traffic, but it's difficult to move around because it's a historic city. It's easier to get around or foot or by Uber in Lisbon. So don't rent a car in Lisbon, leave it to rent it when you are going outside the city because there you can walk around. After Lisbon is Sintra, a very nice town, actually a village. It's very beautiful to see and visit because it has several castles and palaces. It seems that you're going back in time and they are beautiful. There is a Penas Palace. This one and another palace in the city are on top of a hill, so the scenario is sensational. The view, it's a very nice place, but you can visit the whole city in one day. So you have two options. You can take the car on the last day in Lisbon and go there, then you can spend one day there and sleep, and the next day you go straight up there to continue your tour. Or you have the option to stay in Lisbon and do a return trip. This is a very easy train. You arrive in 4 minutes, you are there. You go in the morning and come back to Lisbon in the afternoon. You can also go by car. It's a 30-minute ride and back and forth from Lisbon. It's very close, and some several tours and excursions do this tour living from Lisbon. I'll even leave here below in the description of the video the link to the site where we buy the tickets. It's a very good site that has all the tours and excursions, everything you can find there. There are tours to Fatima, to Sintra, all the tours to the interior of Portugal, wineries, the tours and tickets to Lisbon, in short, all for a very good price. Take a look, I'll leave it here below with all the other links that I'm going to mention in the video for you to research it properly. But it's also very easy to do this tour, so you can either choose to go by car or by train by yourself, or you can do this tour. You can either sleep there or you can sleep in Lisbon, so you don't have to change hotels so much. You can make your decision and enjoy the best way you think. We've already talked for 5 days, the 4 in Lisbon, the 1 in Sintra, and now Fatima, which is a sensational place for those who are Catholic. And for those who are not, it's also worthwhile because it's a truly beautiful place. Fatima is 1 hour and 20 for Lisbon and 1 hour and 20 also from Sintra. No matter which city you arrive in, it will take you the same amount of time. It's super easy to get there. The trip is very nice, the roads there are very good, very beautiful, signposted. And Fatima has the sanctuary of Fatima, which is one of the main attractions. You can see everything in one day, or even in the morning and a little bit in the afternoon. You don't need to sleep in Fatima or spend a day there unless you really like it, unless it's something you want to experience, the experience there. That is why I say that everyone travels in his or her way, but for most people they usually go there in the afternoon and they end up going to Batalha, which is also a very beautiful city nearby. The name Batalha is because it was the center of the biggest battle of Portugal, so it's a very historic town for the people of Portugal, and it's very, very nice. It's a small town, like a small village. Everything that we are talking about now we call city, but most of them are villages because they are very small and are considered villages within regions. You have some options in Batalha. You get to know everything very quickly in this main tourist spot where most of the tourists stop, one of the only ones, and the monastery of Batalha is beautiful. It's very beautiful, so you can either sleep there and the next day go to Óbidos, or you can go to Óbidos in the late afternoon and sleep there. The next day you're already there and you get to know the town. The problem is that the city of Batalha has very few hotels. It's a very small city with about 10 hotels. There are good hotels, you can stay there, but it's not such a big thing. You have other options like Nazaré and Fatima, which are cities that are a little bigger and a little close by. You can stay in them too if you want, or you can stay near Obidos so you can see the whole city the next day. The thing is, you decide how you want to spend your time. You have many options. As I said, if you're a Catholic, you're going to enjoy the monastery, but if you're not, you can enjoy too. It's a nice stop and you don't take a lot of time to see. The town of Óbidos is a very nice place to visit because it's different from all the others. It's very reminiscent of medieval times because it's participated a lot in battles at that time, which was a little bit tenser. So it was surrounded by a wall. The whole town is inside the wall and gives it a very medieval feel. The whole town has a medieval feel to it. Those stone floors, those very medieval streets. There's the Óbidos castle, which is very nice to see, and the main tourist attractions, the town gate, which is the main entrance to the wall for you to enter the town of Obidos. It's all decorated and covered with tiles from ancient times. It's very cool and very different, but it also doesn't have much. We recommend you spend only 1 day there, and it's more than enough. You can see everything you have to see. And then we go to our 8th day of the itinerary, which is going to Porto. So you go to the city of Porto, leaving from Óbidos. You spend about 2.5 hours. It's the longest part of your tour through Portugal. It's a little bit difficult in quotes because 2 hours is not too much, but compared to the other villages that are very close, it's the longest stretch that you make, but it's also very beautiful. The road is very beautiful, so it's worth it. And a tip, if you're going to rent a car, don't forget to use the car price comparator, which sometimes people don't know about and you can save a lot. It's a tool that you enter in their site and you enter your travel destination, the date of your trip, and it already gives you a search in all rental companies in Portugal and worldwide, and works in all countries. So you have a search in all the car rental companies and you see which is the cheapest, which has the best price. They have unbeatable deals with the rental companies because they are the biggest comparator in the world, so they have the best price. We always use them, we always get the best price, and it's very easy to use their site. I'll leave the link in the description of the video. Search and you see that's much cheaper than renting directly from the rental companies. It's very good indeed. The good thing is that Portugal has one of the cheapest car rentals in the world. I think it was the cheapest car rental we have ever done of all the tourist cities we have ever traveled in the world. It's really, really very cheap. And then on the 8th day, you leave for Porto. The city is sensational. It's very beautiful. One of the cities we like the most in Portugal. It's cool. People usually stay a couple of days and then go to Braga and Guimarães, which are also two towns. Very beautiful city. But we prefer to stay in Porto for a few more days and not to go to these other cities. It's all a matter of taste, and we like it Porto very much. We think it's very nice. So we think it's better to stay longer there. So you research, take a look in Porto, take a look in Braga and Guimarães, and see what you think it's nice. nice. We thought it would be nice to stay 2 whole days in Porto, or even 3 if possible, because it's very beautiful. The city is very nice, the restaurants, the people, we felt very comfortable. The sites are very nice to visit. You can walk around the city a lot. In short, the atmosphere in Porto is sensational. We spent a lot of time there. And that's it. The itinerary is different for each person. Opinions are different. We love this tour. It's a very cool tour, a very cultural tour, but we also really like the other two in Algarve. We really like the beach, and we found it very beautiful and very different from the other cities. But in the end, it's all a matter of taste. And our tip, usually the round trip tickets to the same city, round trip to Lisbon is much cheaper, so you can get a much cheaper price, but you have to come back from Porto or Braga. Usually from Porto, it's better if you go back to Lisbon by train or plane, so check the prices because it's actually worth it. The return trip through Lisbon, you will have to go back to Lisbon to go back to your country, but if you happen to get a one-way ticket to Lisbon and back to your country from Porto, it makes the trip much easier. You already leave from up there and don't have to go all the way down again. Do some research, but usually the cheapest and most practical ways from Lisbon, you go and come back through Lisbon when you will have to return from the top of Porto to Lisbon. But it's also very close. The trip by car is very nice. It takes 2 or 3 hours depending on how much you pay in the places. It also has no problem at all. You can drive safely and choose what you think it's best to do. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel because it helps us, and follow us on social networks too. We are always traveling around the world trying to show the travel tips in a very cool way, and our routine, our daily life as a family there with our little one. That's a blast. And if you have any doubts, comments, talk about your ideal route. If you think it's not, that you prefer other cities, if you missed some information, and if you have any doubts about your trip, add us on social networks and send us a direct message that we're gonna love to help you. We are at your disposal. We like to share and tag us in your trip so we can repost it too, which is really cool. And to finish, I'll leave here on the side a link on how to save a lot on your trip to Portugal. It's a step-by-step guide for you to set up your whole trip, saving as much as possible in everything. The video is very good. I'll leave it here along with the playlist with all the other videos from Portugal. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and happy travels you all. I'll see you in the next video.